Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to another fabulous CB and the Boys radio show. We have got a fabulous hot show tonight with some fire hot topics you don't want to miss. So just sit back and relax and buckle up. It's going to be a thrilling ride on CB and the Boys. So, see you in. George, roll it.
CB Booker, George, Record Boy Homie, Roger Hawkins, Mimi Acosta. Let's go! CB and the Boys, Midweek Motivator. Come on, gather around, get to 411, and let's talk about it.
Hey everybody, and welcome to CB and the Boys. I am CB, your hostess with the mostess. And I got the whole crew in the building, the fabulous Miss Mimi Acosta. What's up, Mimi?
I'm chilling. How you doing?
I'm good. What's up, George?
What's up?
And Roger
is kind of here, but not here.
There and not here.
Yeah.
Well, what's up, Roger?
He's in a mild transition right now.
Okay. Well, all right, Roger. Hello. So tonight we have an interesting show tonight. Our topic tonight is the impact of social media on relationships. So it should be interesting. We're going to dive into privacy. We're going to dive into infidelity. We're going to dive into gossip. He said, she said, all of that. It's going to be fun.
Staying on the phone too long, folks not being able to get some nookie, all types of things. Yeah.
All of that and a bag of chips. Yep.
Hey, Trey.
Sounds a little personal.
Hey. Hey. Damn. Poor me. I would be the one to get it.
And I'm so excited that we're all here. We're all here. George isn't on a boat. Roger isn't on a boat. Mimi's not on a boat. I'm not on a boat. We're all here.
Oh, Trey, thank you, honey. We are definitely here for you, sweetheart, and we're going to continue to be here for you.
You're welcome,
always
man.
reach
You're
out,
welcome,
okay?
man.
Definitely.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
So a lot. Oh, and our deepest heartfelt condolences to the family of the legendary Tina Turner. Tina Turner passed today, but her legacy will live on because she will forever be our queen of rock and roll, like forever.
Yes.
And ever. She was amazing. She was so amazing. That she lived a good life, and I'm so glad that she found someone to love her the way that she deserved. And she was married for many happy years, living in Switzerland, living her best life. And she was amazing. And she was the type where she was just doing stuff up until the end. And it's going to be really interesting to see if anyone is going to do another biopic about her life. What's left to do with it was amazing. Angela Bassett did her thing. She deserved an Oscar for that, but we won't go there today. But she was so amazing. She was such an amazing person, inside and out. No one had anything bad to say about her. Not that I've heard, not that I found. Everyone enjoyed working with her, who worked with her. The music was amazing. Her legacy will definitely live on, for sure. And she's basically kind of the last of the OGs when you think about it, because A lot of them are leaving us, you
Yep.
know?
Yep. So right.
Hello, Nicole
That
Russell.
I got this.
Hello. Welcome in.
I got this little piece
Yes,
on
roll it.
her.
Definitely. Her solo works include 10 studio albums, 2 live albums, 2 soundtracks. Turner's career spanned 6 decades and she sold more than 100 million records. Wow. Her biggest hit, What's Love Got to Do with It, reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and won the Grammy for Record of the Year. The song lent its name to Turner's 1993 biographical film starring actress Angela Bassett. Turner's cover of The Best from her 1989 album Foreign Affair climbed international charts. And I gotta say, it's one of my favorites. The singer also appeared in blockbuster movies like Mad Max, Beyond Thunderdome.
Welcome to another edition of Thunderdome.
The 1985 film featured her song We Don't Need Another Hero. She was inducted as a solo artist into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021.
Wow.
Well deserved, definitely. Long overdue. She was amazing. She was amazing.
Yep.
Yes.
We will miss Tina Turner.
Most definitely. But she lived a wonderful, blessed life. She did. She did. She lived a wonderful life. Not too many people can say they've lived their dreams. And she did. And she took what she had and she ran with it. And
She
that's
lived her dreams and her nightmares.
For real.
Yeah. But she went through it, but she inspired so many, who have been through the same thing. Domestic violence is no joke. And she was an amazing woman. She was amazing. I've watched her past interviews and she's so real, and I would have loved to have been able to interview her, but I am so glad that I did see her in concert. It was back in the 80s. It was either 80s or 90s. It might have been the 90s, but it was when she came to Kansas City, and back then it was called Sandstone. So she came to Sandstone and I got to see her in concert, and that was such an amazing thing. She put on such a great show. Her stage presence was there. She was the total package, the total package. She was amazing. So I'm glad that in my lifetime I did get to see her in concert, and it was worth it. So worth it. She was great.
You want to hear what's crazy about that whole deal?
What?
Is so like that entire family is dead now. I mean, Ike of course died in 2007. Their oldest son committed suicide, and the other three sons all died of colon cancer. Same thing she died of. Yeah, the same thing she died of.
Wow.
And it didn't have to be that way.
And it wasn't the colon cancer that killed her. It was the complications from the colon cancer that killed her.
But she had some other stuff going on too.
Yeah, she actually cured. They actually cured the colon cancer, but the complications from that killed her. But it's crazy. Like the three sons and her. So 4 out of the 6 members of the family all died from colon cancer. So yeah,
sad.
what's that tell you?
Man, cancer ain't no joke, man. That cancer now, that's like the end thing now. It's like, I don't know, it's like something like airborne. I don't know what's going on, but it's just so many people now. It's like every time you turn around, somebody got diagnosed, somebody got diagnosed, somebody died. Every time my mom calls my phone, all I'm waiting to hear it. It's like, okay, who else? But
Right.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But since CB couldn't wait and jump the gun with that piece of 411, let's go ahead with the come get the 411. And
It's Mimi's drink special. Mimi, let them know what you're sipping on.
Yeah. I am sipping on purified water. That is it. That is, I am cleansing, honey. So I am drinking water. That's it. I know, a little boring. It's gonna be all right. Look, just give me a couple of weeks. I get back with my y'all do the drinking for me, okay? How about
Good.
that?
Y'all boring.
Oh my
So-
gosh. So what you got
so-
over there, George?
got me a nice bottle of purified water. Matter of fact, I got two.
Me too.
It's H2O.
Hey!
It's a cousin thing.
Roger, bring your ass up in here.
H2O night. You know Roger got something crispy.
Oh, hell
Yes.
He gonna be the oddball out. We all got water tonight. He gonna have something crispy over there.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes, I feel it coming. Hey, look, this is a first actually for all of
It's
us.
the first.
Mhm.
This is the
It
first. I've
is.
never seen this. He done broke out the phone. There you go. Okay, he
Lord,
got the drink machine.
my
He got the
God.
drink machine. Here he go.
He got special
Best gift
on us.
ever.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, honey. Y'all is something else, right? I know.
I know,
Miko said
right?
I was waiting on a Bud Light.
Hey, Miko, I got some Bud Light. I almost broke the Bud Light out, but I said, "Nah, I'm just gonna do the water."
Oh.
Look, even Trey went old school. He got the red diamond tea going.
What is
This
that?
There's a disease tonight. Ain't nobody drinking except Roger.
This is like red diamond tea. Is that a drink?
What is that?
Yeah, that's
that
the
liquor?
best tea on the planet. That's fire.
Really?
Red diamond sweet tea.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh well. Well, while Roger's over there making his little concoction, because he's gonna come with some shit. He's gonna have like 2 or 3 drinks just 'cause.
Right.
CB, did you mean to go AWOL? Or somebody just put her in punishment? What just
No, I fell out of my chair.
Okay, you know what? We need to press the
Oh.
restart button. What's going on? Okay. Crystal, get it together,
Oh,
honey.
you're killing me.
You okay?
You're killing me. Oh shit. She broke out with. I fell out of my chair.
Well, you know what? At least it didn't happen
Trey.
in slow motion. Like it's happened before. All of a sudden, we just see her going.
Look, Trey says she drunk off water. Ain't no need to apologize, Miko.
This is not the first time, and
I'm
it's
used
not going to
to
be
it,
the
Miko.
last.
Live, you never know what you're gonna see or not.
No.
But you know what?
I'm
At
trying to
least-
figure out how you had enough skill to fall out your chair and hit the cam button at the same time.
She felt that slide coming. She was like, I can't even stop it.
That was slick.
I was
You
leaning
see,
over to pick something up, and the wheels just went. Whoop. I was like, I hope nobody heard that.
Nobody heard it. Nobody saw it. I just saw your little thing come up. I was like, oh, okay. Well, you want to come back on the show? If I had known you fell, I would have been like, take your time, sis. Nobody in a rush tonight, okay?
Oh shit! Oh
God.
shit, she's killing me.
Wow.
Oh man.
I fall well. What can I say?
Hey, that's okay, honey. At least you're all right.
I wish you'd have missed the cam button. Because that would have been
Oh,
it would have been so funny to just see you disappear from the screen.
no, because it would have happened just the way it did the last time it did.
Oh yeah.
It's like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. All of a sudden you see she all the way in the corner.
I remember that.
Oh,
Oh shit. Tracy, this is the best comedy show ever.
man.
Oh, we done completely lost it. It's all, hey folks, look, you never know what you're gonna get on CB and the Boys. We
Yo,
like a box of chocolate. You
that's
never know what you're gonna
What you
get.
gonna get?
that's right. That is so true.
Uh-huh.
Hey, okay. So moving right along into the 411, since we already started, we went in a little bit backwards, and it's all good. Okay? Literally a little
I
bit
had to
backwards.
pay
Literally
homage
backwards.
to the queen. I had to.
No, for sure, for sure. No, that's how we do. So anyway, so these little kids in Guyana are losing their minds. This teenage little chick sets the school on fire after her cell phone was confiscated and 19 students are confirmed dead. So, according to the reports, a fire started in Guyana school on Monday by a student who was angry that her mobile phone had been confiscated by authorities. The dormitory where the fire broke out had locked doors and covered windows, resulting in a tragic death of 19 students, most of whom were local girls. The teenager has since been taken to the hospital where she's being treated for burns, with BBC News claiming she has since owned up to the reckless crime. So after the phone was confiscated, the unnamed teen started a fire in the bathroom that quickly spread across the entire school. The building reportedly houses up to 57 students, most of which were fortunate to escape before the fire had gotten near their dorm. Sources say that the dorm administrator couldn't find the keys to unlock the doors as the fire continued to spread, which ended up costing the life of her 5-year-old son, who also died.
Ah,
It said that the teen girl had her phone taken away from her because she was having an affair with an older man. So, yeah, the incident sparked outrage amongst the parents and the citizens. The president, Irfan Ali, has met with some of the families. Blah 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 bling blang blang.
Wait,
Look,
wait. Wait. I'm confused. So they took the phone
mhm,
because she was having an
an
affair with
affair
an
with an older man.
older man.
Yes.
that wasn't for the
What
school
does got
to
that to do
do
with what
that.
does
That
got
has
to do with the
nothing to do with
phone?
the school.
So, well, she must have been, I don't know, maybe she was sexting, maybe she was sending pictures, maybe she was, you know, giving him all this attention on the phone, and they took her phone away and then she burnt the school down. Done.
How old was she?
He must have had some good dick.
Um,
Yeah, wait.
Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
All I can say is that dick was fire.
you know what?
There you go.
CB, you okay? Your arm is.
Oh,
What
she
in
brought out that
holy
chair again in my
hell is
laugh.
going on with this girl?
I was trying to pick up my earring. It fell out. You know, like your back, you mess with your
No,
earring.
no, no, I don't. No. I'm not the one drinking. What the hell are you doing?
I'm trying not to fall.
Okay, so moving right along.
All right, man. All right.
So Roger, I'm gonna tip into your sport right quick
I knew
because
you would.
you know I'm the only one that
Give
can
me
give
love,
this.
get into bed with me. She just be roll over, taking the cover and shit. Okay, fine. Go ahead.
So what had happened was, so this little boy, Jay Morant, what is going on with Jay, man? Jay is going through it. So of course, there was, according to the exclusive report by TMZ, The cops went to NBA star home in Tennessee to check on him after he made headlines for his posts where he said bye while sharing pics of his loved ones, I guess, on his social media. So they were worried about him. So they did a whole, welfare check to make sure that he was all right. And of course he was. And, if he's decided that he's going to get off of social media and he says bye and post some of his family members just to let them know, hey, look, I'm getting off of social media. Somebody took it wrong and ran with it.
But that ain't that. It didn't look like that. It looks like when people say bye and do that cryptic shit
and do the dumb shit. Yes.
So, and again, I think that was probably a way of pulling the heat off of him, attention grabbing in a different way. But, you know what, do the welfare check, because too many times, guess what? They go too late. And so, I mean, you have to take it seriously, whether you like it or not. You have to.
Yes, of course. Of course. Too much of that been happening. And it's always with the people that we least expect. It's like, wow, what was going on in his world that he did something like that, or she did something like that? Like,
well, I mean, there's that.
Yeah. But anyway, he needs to go on timeout for a little bit, let folks forget all the crazy shit, and then come back and be like, ta-da, and just like, do some Michael Jordan shit forever. I don't know. Anyway, moving right along. So a Maryland dad has been beaten to death after protecting his child in a Brooklyn middle school fight. Now, this one is crazy. So the tragic incident of the Maryland dad, Christopher Michael Wright, being beaten to death outside his home after protecting his child from a group of teenagers and adults has sent shockwaves on social media. The fight, according to WBAL TV 11, had originated at a Brooklyn Park middle school, where his fiance's 14-year-old son was involved in a brawl earlier that day. The group went looking for the boy and eventually headed back to the home where he lived. Wright intervened when the middle schooler showed up at his door with the teen already inside the house, telling them that his son was not coming out to fight. Got it. He was then challenged by the middle school kids, who told him that if his son wasn't going to face them, then he would have to square up instead, leading Wright to suffer from traumatic brain injury that resulted in his death. The incident was partially captured on a security camera, and the school officials confirmed that a fight had taken place earlier in the day. However, no charges have been filed against any of the individuals involved so far, with law enforcement officials still investigating the crime. Wright's fiancée, Tracy, called on parents to be more vigilant and aware of their children's behavior, especially when it comes to violence at school. As a father, Wright had done everything he could to protect his child from harm, but unfortunately, he paid the ultimate price for his bravery. The incident has left the community mourning, and many have expressed their condolences to the Wright's family. How do you guys feel about that? Yeah.
Well, let me tell you. So, segue, you know how people talk about, who can do what? This just goes to show, A, how volatile and, to some degree, how strong young people can be early on. These are 14-year-old boys doing this. But, children grow pretty big these days. And if it's more than one or two, this is exactly what can happen. Now, I never understood why someone feels their ego is challenged enough. Maybe he didn't, but as a father, to walk out there knowing how kids are. You come to my house and it's more than a couple of y'all. Like I said, I'm going to come out there with that Roscoe, but because you're my property. But if it's a kid and he wants to talk, you do your best to talk. But again, if you step up like a man, then that's how it has to go down. I hate that happened to this gentleman trying to defend his family, but you have to be vigilant. I don't take anything for granted. I don't care if you're 12, 8, or 96. I'm going to have to prepare for that, because this happens way too often. Innocent people always end up in the coffin trying to do the right thing and avoid violence. I mean, listen, and it's not going to stop anytime soon until that corporal punishment kicks back in a different way. Sorry, street justice, man, gotta have it.
That's right. And Trey says if they had come to my house like that, they would have left in a body bag. That's right.
Yeah, you can't knock on my door and then challenge me too. All right, well,
right.
I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
I like that thought. Anybody else have anything to add to that?
Asset management. Peace. Thanks for stepping in. What's up?
I said it. What up?
Hello.
Okay, so moving right along. This is going to be my last one. So prosecutor says that a Family Feud contestant who's been accused of killing his estranged wife broke into her house and shot her 14 times.
Damn.
How much hate is that?
A lot.
So
A lot.
Dang.
prosecutors allege. This is not funny with George. Prosecutors allege that Timothy, I'm gonna say Bleefnick, that's what it looks like, opened his estranged wife's second-story window with a crowbar and shot her 14 times. During the trial, prosecutors revealed the things that were located in Bleefnick's internet history. According to the Daily Beast, Bleefnick searched how to open a door with a crowbar. Duh. And how to make a homemade silencer around the time of the murder. He also allegedly searched how to wash off gunpowder and average Quincy Police Department response times, the prosecutors revealed. Okay, as we previously reported, the former Family Feud contestant made jokes about his marriage on the show 3 times before her death. He made an appearance on Family Feud in 2019, but the episode didn't air until 2020. During the episode, Bleefnick joked around about his marriage with host Steve Harvey after being asked, "What was the biggest mistake you made at your wedding?" And his response was, "I do." The Illinois resident responded.
Wow.
14 times.
Wow.
Estranged wife. You no longer live with her. You gone about your business, and now all of a sudden.
Apparently not. Apparently not. So that's somebody
Right.
he's wanted her gone for a long time. That's called
Right.
the beer
That's
dislike.
premeditated.
Yeah, of
But
course.
but they're gonna look at the fact that he searched it up as circumstantial evidence.
Yeah, of course. You
Yeah,
don't search
agreed.
something up like that. How to break into a door
They ain't
with a
gonna be-
crowbar.
they ain't
Dumbass.
Oh,
They ain't gonna
100%.
get away with. They ain't gonna. That's circumstantial is gonna stick. They're gonna make all
Well, I
that.
mean,
They gonna make
obviously,
all that.
Of course, since that's what he did.
he's already screwed. He's already
Right.
pushed on him. So there's that. But damn, you know what? Listen, he probably will walk in himself like, yeah, right here, right here. I mean, your internet history is already proven, that he kind of had a motive. So
I mean, and he looks so like
Jesus.
whatever.
yo, I did it, and so what? Come get me, you know.
Right. Me and all the people that live in my head are cool with that.
Crazy.
That part.
That's
That
wild.
little part. So does anybody else have some 411 on y'all?
Who got something?
We got some stuff.
What you got, Jay?
I know I got another death that I wanted to mention. Actor Lance Riddick died last week. You know who that is?
Yeah.
The guy that paid in John Wick. He was the hotel manager.
Oh,
bro,
Black
late.
dude.
That was like weeks ago. You're a little bit late.
Oh, it was March 17th, a couple of weeks ago.
yeah.
Just less than 10
here.
days. It was March 17th.
March or May.
Oh, yeah. It was still a long time.
Look like he
ago.
on the show with the mic.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, George, you've been on the ship. It's cool. You've been on the ship. Hey.
Right. I got on the boat back then and I just got off. I lost the time.
Clearly.
Oh my God. Of everybody on here, I didn't expect that from you. That's all I'm gonna say.
I
That
just have some.
That was an old
411.
note that I missed.
And
Shit happens.
and we'll address this more next week with our topic. But in Florida, and I don't know what the hell's going on in Florida. So if anybody from Florida is listening, please call in and tell us what the hell's going on. Governor Ron DeSantis just signed into law that anybody can carry a gun. You don't need a permit. You
Yep.
don't need a background check.
Yep.
You don't need anything except money to pay for your firearm. That is it. And you can walk around Florida with it loaded in your pants any time of day, 24/7, whenever you want.
Now you guys understand the two sides of the coin, right?
that actually might be a good thing.
For who?
Because now, I mean, what I'm saying is, if it's that legal, everybody can have a gun. It's gonna be some motherfuckers a lot less likely to run up on you with a gun.
Of course.
Because now you
I mean,
don't know.
but you
But
know
then
what?
you
They're
still
just
have the
out to
psychos out there that'll still be shooting up the place
they're just out to
legally.
Texas. It's
It's
been
called
like that.
it's called cleansing. Trace
Really?
and George gotten lost in a triangle.
Hey, Uncle Fester, George, Uncle Fester today. I mean,
I think our boat did go to the Bermuda Triangle.
that's
But
yeah.
it's crazy because they did the book ban. So many books are banned. In fact, the young lady who did her poem on at President Biden's,
Amanda Gorman.
yeah,
Yep.
Amanda, they took her stuff off the shelf. So the fact that she even did her poem is not even in the history anymore because
The thing
they
about
felt
it is that you just,
uncomfortable.
let me tell you something. You can't just put something in history and decide one day that you want to snatch the shit. Even
He
if you
did.
snatch everything, yeah, and that's fine. Even though
Mhm.
if something is snatched off the goddamn shelves, the
Yeah.
world already know that this wonderful young chick did what she did, and
Yeah.
it was awesome when she did
It
it, and
was.
she will never be forgotten for it. Like
No, she
people
won't.
just think that they could just do shit to people and take it back, and it won't be. Oh, it's all forgotten. It
Well,
doesn't
yeah,
work that way.
yeah, it doesn't change the fact that she did it. But my thing is this, you're banning all these books, you are uncomfortable with this critical race theory. Well, guess what? You know, dead kids can't read.
Well, shit, it's a bunch of live ones can't either. But
Let
it's
that
not about.
marinate. If
It's
someone
really up to
comes
the
in and
parents.
shoots up your school, you're not going to give a damn if they um know how to read. You're not going to give a damn if they support critical race theory. You're not going to give a damn if you're just not going to give a damn. It's like you're a deer in the forest and you're, scampering around doing your little deer stuff, living your little deer life. And then boom, a bullet comes and hits you right between the eyes and you're dead. You're not going to give a shit if the hunter was a racist, if the hunter was black, white, green, red. You're not going to give a shit because the bullet is what took you out on the actions of whatever the hunter did. You're not going to it doesn't freaking matter.
Like, you know what? Like my brother Gary said, guns don't kill people.
People
Kill
do.
people.
People
Bad
So,
motherfuckers with guns do.
hell yeah, and it's a lot of those in
Exactly.
Miami.
Right, you know what?
Look,
Again,
like Miko said, it
it's
sounds like
population
they
control.
Miko
It's a
said
setup.
sounds like they starting the purge in Florida.
Yeah,
For real. I
literally.
mean, I think it's a setup. It really is a setup. It's just like the putting the realistic toy guns in stores and all that. This is a setup to take out black and brown people. You know what? Go ahead, carry it. Now, police have Florida is one of the original stand your ground states. So now they have
Yeah.
just cause to shoot without seeing anything because they can say everybody's allowed to carry. I feared for my life, even though I didn't see shit. See, the problem is people see the surface. They don't look below the surface. They don't realize you're being set up. I get to carry my shit. You know what? It's always a double-edged sword. Anytime
Yes.
something is given, especially by the powers that be, I promise you it's for the long-term takeaway. But people
Yeah.
don't
Why
see
is
that.
he doing that? Because he
Yeah.
wants all these people that are
Yeah.
over the age of 18 to vote for him because he's running for president.
Well,
This is
but the same
And this
people
is
that
why
want to
he
vote for
can
him.
never be president. He should never be
Well,
president.
hey, don't say
If
that.
he
Don't say
gets
that.
in
We said it
or
once
Trump
before.
gets back in, we're fucked. There's no other way to put it. They don't
But
care about the regular person, the average Joe. They don't give a shit. And whoever thinks that they do, Trump is not your savior. DeSantis is not your savior. They don't care about saving anything except their own redneck skin. They don't care. They're racist. When people do racist things,
I am too.
behave racistly, and give you race, racist vibes, believe them. They're racist. If someone tells you, well, I'm not a racist, then know that they are racist. Period. End of question. There's no gray area. There's no white area. There's no red area. There's just they either are or they aren't. If they're showing you that they are, then believe that they are. And they are.
Hey,
Period.
you know what? When CB put her face on and come on here looking cute, she be all fired up and shit, don't she? This motherfucker need a pulpit. Goddamn, yeah, the motherfucker looking all, she done beat her face a little bit. She fucking on one today. Damn, Rev, my bad, Rev, my bad. Let's take it off.
Look, and I'm here saying to myself, my sister fell down and she got up upset. She just
I ain't even gonna say.
It's all good.
Hey, I ain't saying somebody came through and visited. I don't know. I'm just saying when you be kind of relaxed, you had a cigarette before the show. I don't know though.
No, I love myself. Don't need nobody else.
Well, hey, whatever. Like I said, look, I mean, you still made you smoke a cigarette. I don't give a fuck. I ain't mad at you. I'm still better than anybody I know. Oh my God, y'all killing me. I'm back. Anyway.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
But that stuff is just so crazy to me. You know, just the whole dynamics of the whole thing. It's crazy. And the number one coon who's up Trump's ass, Tim Scott, is running for president. He announced his presidential bid. Don't vote for him, people. Not all skin folk are kinfolk. Remember that.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Can I love that you did it. Can I segue into something based on that? Because
yeah,
it's pretty funny. Since CB just said that all kinfolk ain't, ain't skin folk and vice versa. So check this out. I've wanted to talk about this before. What do you guys think about the black dentist who, and I know I sent this story to you guys, but for those who don't know, there was a black dentist who was like, listen, this is what she put on her dentist office, this is what she put up. Yes. No bonnets, no house shoes, no pajama bottoms. The framed message read, "We will be happy to reschedule your appointment." This is a black dentist. Now, you know, us and we's, your cousins, got mad the motherfucker and went ham. So people were saying all kind of shit. It shouldn't matter, blah, 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 blah. Here's a couple of comments that really kind of caught me by surprise, but not really, because this is how we get down. Because if you guys remember, Monique said something very similar not too long ago. She's been catching a lot of flack, but you know what? I don't agree with everything she says, but I appreciate her standing up, and y'all know how I feel about that. So it ain't even no point asking me. No point asking me how I feel. So what is your guys' thoughts on that? I mean, is it about getting your service? Is it professionalism? What is your thoughts? Because they instantly took it to the black woman, instantly, but
well, it's her office, her rules. Number one, just like when you walk into a store, no shirt, no shoes, no service.
First of all, if you're offended, you must be suspect.
I just, I'm just saying that's it's a lot of people offended on, of course, social media does what social media does. They go ham and do whatever. So, people are getting mad. Oh, she ain't one of, or she's one of them, and that kind of thing. But you know what? Hell, if I live there, I transfer dentist and switch to her just because she did that. Just being real, y'all know how I feel about it. And I mean, again, kind of being old school, it has to do with just self-pride. It has to do with all of that. Like, why would you want to do, just because you can do shit, good Lord, doesn't mean that you should exercise it.
Well, as I was saying, her office, her rules. Like I said, it's like going into a store, no shirt, no shoes, no service. That's, the rules. You have to abide by those rules if you want to get served. And the thing is, and I want to piggyback what you just said, Roger, about, having pride in yourself. One, I would not ever leave the house in a bonnet. I am guilty. Sometimes I walk to the mailbox in house shoes. I'm sorry, but it's to the mailbox and back. But as far as like being out to the masses, like going to Walmart, because you never know what the hell you're going to see at Walmart. I've seen people walk through Walmart half naked, like seriously. So it's like everybody is in a state, they're in their own zone. We've been programmed to say, you do you, unapologetically. But the thing is, there is a way and there is a time to do you. You can do
Right.
you and still be tasteful. You can do you and still be professional. You can do you and still have pride in yourself and in your looks.
Right.
You don't have to wear makeup every day. If you want to leave the house with no makeup on, that's cool. Throw on a baseball hat and do your thing. But to be in a bonnet, no, at least have the decency to comb your hair or, go natural, wear your curlies, do your thing. But have some pride in yourself because not only are you a representative of yourself, but you also represent your family. Like if I still lived in Kansas City, if I stepped out the house in a bonnet and a house robe and some house shoes, you bet they'd call my mom in a flash and I'd hear about it.
No, they should throw a
Kansas
brick and
City
hit you in the back of the head first, and then call your mom.
Yeah. But the thing is, when you step out there, someone is going to see you. When you think folks aren't looking, that's when they're looking. True. When you think people aren't looking, that's when they're looking. And when you think that, people are looking at you smiling, they could be looking at you thinking in their mind, man, she looks a hot ass mess. Like seriously, for me, if I'm looking at you and I'm smiling, I could be picturing you on fire.
Well, I think, and the thing is, like, I think it gets back to the whole professionalism of it. It used to be a pride thing, and now it's almost a deliberate attempt to be rebellious, to not, go with the norm, just to be a nonconformist, and it's a bad look all the way around. I think the thing that people got mad about is they were like, well, she's deliberately attacking, black women. Well, here's the problem. 98% of house shoe, bonnet, house coat wearing shababis are fucking black and brown people. So you can't, it's not racist if it's always true. I'm not saying all black women do it. I'm just saying most of the ones that do it happen to be black or brown. So don't get mad, just don't do it. And that whole we get to do what we want, yeah, you do, but you can't come into my establishment. So I couldn't agree more. I love this woman and I support her. And she, people love giving bad reviews and all that because, again, misery loves company. I'm stuck down here. I'm doing whatever. And what up, fam? And
Hey, JJ.
So, yeah, you know what? I support her 100%. And for those who don't want to go, here's the thing. If you're wearing house shoes and a bonnet, chances are your teeth are fucked up anyway. So you probably, you're probably day late and a dollar short anyway. Because if you don't care about
if you love yourself, you're going to put yourself together and step outside your door instead of stepping outside your door like it's Christmas morning and you're dressed in your PJs and your bonnet. It just doesn't work that way. It's like going for a job interview and you're in a bonnet and PJs. Do you really think you're going to walk away with the job?
Yeah, McDonald's will hire them.
That's too many people are desperate and get that. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Come to my shit like that if you want to.
You're so wrong.
Right?
Hey, that says everything. Hey, you better get your ass booked. You better feel this. As soon as we get, when we get outside, we get in the car. Hey, fuck that. George, can I just start my segment? I done already messed up everybody's evening. Go ahead. I done messed up everybody's evening.
Yo, let's get it. Sports and fitness with Roger Hawkins.
Oh, anyway. Look it.
Oh, Tracy, if I ever dressed like that, I would get beat
Listen,
by both my mom and my dad.
anybody with decent parents. So if you out there and you're offended because I said that, then I mean, for real, fuck you. But I'm just saying, it's a reason for that. Anyway, check it out. Check it out. I mean, I actually got a few things. It's been a couple of weeks, and we got a few things. I mean, obviously, we've been talking about. Let me get into this to the fitness part first because I got to get my people right. So over the past few weeks, the brother been busy, and we all get into those phases and whatnot. I've been really, really busy, and I was feeling a little bit run down and things like that. Now, obviously, as someone who tries to take his vitamins and all that kind of good stuff, you recognize that it can happen. What I also realized was I spent a lot of time indoors. My transit between work and home and school and home and all that was it. I was not getting sunshine. Now, I am not vitamin D deficient, but you do need sunlight. So for people that run from the sun, I don't want to get dark. I don't want to get that. You're fooling yourself. And I realized, you know what? I haven't been in the sun. So I actually deliberately took a couple of days, did worked out, made sure I walked the dogs, all that during the day. Yes, it's warm. I live in the desert, so my brother's gonna get his tan on. It is what it is. You have to get that vitamin D. It dawned on me. So again, I'm never gonna tell you guys anything I don't do myself. So all that to say, don't forget about that. Take your asses out in the sun. You ain't gotta pick cotton, but do something. So there's that. All right. I got to talk about my boys. So I read not too long ago that the Chiefs might pick up Ndamukong Suh. Now, I don't know who the ladies, I don't know if you know about the guy or not. George knows who he is. I do. Very, very good football player. I hate this guy. He's an asshole. He's a dirty player. He's a dick, but he's very, very good. Very good. He'll probably be a Hall of Famer, but he's a dirty player. I don't like dirty players.
Right.
So, I mean, I've
Well,
seen
how
him
can he be a good player if he's a dirty player?
because he is still good at his job. He's very good at his position. It's just he does stuff afterwards he doesn't need to do. I've seen him step on guys' crotch, step on guys' ankle, kick him. Here's the thing. He's the kind of dude that I've seen him do some stuff that would have had me waiting on him after the game in the parking lot and would have ended his career. He's that dirty of a player. His brother, too. I mean, obviously, I think he's Nigerian. His parents are Nigerian. I'm not sure. I think so. But anyway, we're looking at it. That's not really kind of the Chiefs, claim to fame. We don't necessarily pick up too many criminals. We've had a few. So anyway, not sure how to feel about it, but he could definitely help shore up some pass rushing and all that. So that's kind of what's going on with the guys right there. We're also looking at some high profile receivers. So, y'all know I'm gonna be up on it as we come through here. So if you ain't a fan of the chef, sucks to be you. Okay, so here's the thing. I have a kind of a new segue segment that you guys didn't know about, but I call it, "Does this make me a dick?" Before you assholes say yes, because I see y'all smiling. Shut up. It's called "Does this make me a dick?" And I know the answer most of the time, but here's why. Because there are certain things I pick up and notice, and I have to comment on it. Okay, so number one, if you go to the gym, there are people that will not lift. They will not lift and do reps if someone around them is doing it. Like, it throws them off. So like if they're doing 10, if you do it at the same time, they'll freak out. They'll get mad. They'll put it down. I think that shit's funny. And because I'm a sadist, I enjoy doing that to piss people off. I mean, look, if you're worried about what I'm doing, you're not focusing, my guy. That means you really need to get your shit together. So, but does that make me a dick because I take sick pleasure in that?
Not really. Not really. You're just different. You're just different. You just like to fuck with people. That's all. It's
That
not
just
you're a
means you're
dick.
special.
They get, but the people will get mad and stop. They won't lift. They won't do whatever. Try match someone's cadence one day. You'll see people just they lock up. It's great. I think it's hilarious because it's like why are you tripping like that?
Because they're in there trying to do something, and then all of a sudden you came in there talking about.
But
you'd be like,
listen, I did it the other day, and I thought it was damn hilarious. I thought it was all kind of funny. And so but I was just like, I need to ask. Okay, so going back to John Morant, like my sis was talking about earlier, Mimi was talking about that, and this is true. Now, here's the kicker. this guy, yes, I was mad. I was mad at him a couple of weeks ago. We talked about it. They found another video. We still haven't determined when it came out, but nevertheless, yes, I do think the young man is misguided. He does a bunch of dumb shit. I've said it before. Athletes are role models, whether you want to be or not. When you are in the public eye, your life is no longer yours. You know, you do have a responsibility, stupid, young or not. But here's the hypocrisy of it, and here's why he shouldn't be kicked out. He shouldn't be suspended because about 7 years ago, at the latest, guess who did the same thing and worse? And this is I just snatched this off somebody's page, but it's true. This guy played in the NBA, and you know, white boys love showing their ARs and AKs and Elks and all this other bullshit, and they swear to God they got to protect their family from fucking Holocaust and zombie apocalypse, and they love doing that, and everything's okay because the NRA is comprised of what? Okay. So even though I am mad at Morant, I am not going to crucify him. You know, yeah, he is misguided, but I'm not going to crucify him. And this is why. Because, now I will say, caveat, it is a double standard. Brothers, get your shit together. Just because you see them do it doesn't mean you can do it. Your mama told you growing up, don't be doing what your little white friends do because you come in this house and I'm gonna take the taste out your mouth. That being said, I feel like it's the same thing. You don't get the same license. And the fact that these guys don't understand that, it just drives me absolutely crazy. So, you know, that's really kind of what hacks me off a little bit, because like, damn, you guys are killing me. So anyway, I want to before I get to my man, I appreciate none of y'all jumping on my man. Speaking of haters, and real quickly, we were just talking about, how stuff, gets carried, the dentist. Okay. So here's what I'll say. I don't know if you guys know Simone Biles, little sweetheart, American gymnast, very, very decorated. She got married recently. And you know what happened? And this is a little older, but you guys know what happened, right? They tore her to shreds. You know why? Because her hair was, sweated out, or her edges needed to be done, all this bullshit. This is what we look for. Where's his parents' guidance? Okay, I'll answer that. Probably nowhere to be found. Chances are he's the first person in his family. That's gotten this kind of money, that's made it to this level. So he's paying everybody's bills. And you know what that means? It means you give them a pass on all kind of shit that you should be smacking them with. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's real. That's exactly what happens. If you become a millionaire 2021, you're paying your parents' bills, all of a sudden the rules don't apply anymore. Didn't make it, doesn't make it. But this stuff starts early. Like I said, when you let your kids get out of control when they're young because you think they're cute, watch what happens when they get older. So
shit, today they'll freaking kill you.
Listen, I mean, I get it.
Pull out a sandwich and call the cops and be like, "Yeah, I did it."
You can try. So anyway, I was talking about Simone, and the thing is, I mean, she married an NFL player as well, and they just the main people that were blasting this young lady was her own people, black and brown people, and it was reported and things like that. But it was they talking about her edges. This young lady's got more gold medals than anybody. She's happy. She's gone through a lot, been in foster care, had to be adopted, had a hard life. You know what people do? They talk about her hair. And like a lot of the reporters and all that said, this is coming from the same people that will never walk down the aisle. This is coming from the same people that will never get somebody to commit to them. It's the same people that want to hate on her because she's finally happy. And it just blows my mind. Why is it?
Because misery loves company. That's just human nature. That's the nature of the beast. It's sad.
It is,
but that's how it is. It is sad though, and it's unacceptable. But
if you have miserable parents and things like that, and you come up around that, well, that's probably what's going to happen.
Like I said, misery loves company.
Real quick, I got to give a shout out to my man. We know the legendary Jim Brown passed. I'm so damn mad at my younger sister.
87.
She texted me today, and you know what she said? She said, Jim Brown passed, And guess what? She said, he played him. I'm going to get you, sucker. I almost drove over to her house and knocked the shit out of her. I almost knocked the holy hell out of her. You asked me to say that? You know what? You should change your last name. I can't even claim you anymore. She said he played him. I'm going to get. First of all, that's not even the best movie he's played in. I understand, but holy hell. So anyway, for my goofy ass sister and everybody who didn't really know how bad this man was, I mean, this brother was a prototype way back when, before the big running back. He was big enough to play on the
1957.
And he was a running back that was still bigger, stronger, faster before all of that happened. So please allow us to, show a moment for the legendary Jim Brown.
I left at the age of 29 years old, and I was MVP of the league. I wanted to have a career, have it peak, and do other things.
This is Jim Brown, the most devastating ball carrier in the history of football.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a great back. Turns out that he's the greatest running back of all time. Catch yourself. Every way, stamina-wise, mentally, courage. Jim Brown, the greatest running back that has ever breathed. He had great balance, he had great speed, he had great size. At 235 pounds, he could run 100 yards in under 10 seconds. If he made up his mind to do it, he was going to do it. You couldn't knock him off his feet. He always shocked everybody how fast he was. Power. I mean, he had power. You ain't see nobody knock him. Now look at the film. You don't see nobody knock him back. You see him go in the stacks and he come out. He never missed a game. I think that says all you need to know about his toughness. Nobody could hurt him. Nobody could touch him. Nobody was better. He proved it every Sunday.
Hey, Jim was
Wow.
never missed
He
a
was
game.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the few people that can say that he never missed a game. I mean, even though 9 seasons, this is back when Richard Pryor was a good friend of his, and y'all know I love Richard. He would tell a story about Jim Brown. He was like, listen, wasn't nobody blocking for him, so he had to do it by himself. But he said he bit off a guy's finger, and he asked Jim Brown why he did it. He said, everything outside, his face mask belonged to him. Everything inside belongs to me. So he bit the motherfucker's finger off. But RIP to both of those. So that's it for me, folks. I'm so doing our thing.
All right. Next up, we're going to the movies, y'all.
Now, let's check out the movies with Crystal C.B. Booker.
Thank you very much. All right, so big, long-awaited film that is opening this weekend, The Little Mermaid. It's going to be amazing. Everyone, please support this film. It is historic. It really is. Please support it. It definitely deserves to be supported for sure.
I'm not going to watch a cartoon.
It's not a cartoon.
It's not a cartoon. It's the live action of The Little Mermaid.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes. Starring. You didn't know that?
Negative.
Okay, so let me say this. I'm with you, George. I didn't know either. I thought it was a cartoon.
Hey, don't say anything like anybody. I see a Little Mermaid. I look the other direction.
Anyway, okay, so go ahead, Mama.
Well, it stars Haley Bailey, who is also, as you know, a protege of Beyonce. And she is amazing. Her voice is phenomenal in this role. And she's gotten so much flack about it. And it's really sad because she is so, so, so talented. And she's amazing. And her voice is just amazing. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So her film starts this weekend. And also Gerard Butler is back on the big screen in Kandahar. And it also opens Friday. There's quite a few films that are opening Friday. But definitely everyone support The Little Mermaid without a doubt. Please support it. It's so well deserved. She deserves it. It's a good film. It really is. And continue to go see Fast X, which is a phenomenal film. It only got like a 58 or 68% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I saw the film and it's good. It holds your attention. It makes sense. It kind of takes off, from Vin Diesel's son. He's growing up. He's not a baby anymore. So you get to see, Dom Toretto as a father, which is really cool. How he and Letty, are raising their son. And it's just a good movie. Like the action is just, they defy gravity once again. It's just, woo. But be prepared that, and I'm not trying to give anything away, but you'll have to wait till next year to see what happens in the film. So just like with Lord of the Rings, you had a cliffhanger. Be prepared for a cliffhanger with this one. And I was not
a cliffhanger if you know it's coming.
Well, I'm just saying. Like I said, I'm not trying to give anything away, but just be prepared. It's a good film, though. Definitely worth going to see for sure.
I don't even want to see it now because I know the end of it's going to be a cliffhanger.
No,
just ruined the whole movie.
I don't know what it is, but I just know it's going to be something.
Yeah, I haven't ruined the movie because you have to watch the movie to see what happens. You have to see this film.
Oh, you know amazing. What? I'm going to tag on. Make sure I don't know if they still do it, but if you're going to an actual theater, check your ticket stubs, because as much as I hate to say it, when we do films, a lot of times they try to hand you a different stuff to give another movie credit to get the numbers and things like that. Check your ticket stub if you're going to do that. If you're going to go see, The Little Mermaid or whatever, make sure it says that. Make sure it doesn't say something else goofy, because those numbers do count. So put it out there for you people.
So definitely see those films. So yeah, definitely check them out. You will be glad you did. For sure.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Y'all know what it is. Mm-hmm. So yeah, what we got?
And for you horror film, don't forget to check out Evil Dead Rise. Don't waste your money. But yeah, if you love horror, it's a horror film. It's a piece of shit is what it is. But anyway, if you want to, waste your money on it, go see it. I'm just saying.
Warning, the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
This is what you're gonna get all night,
right? I know. I tell you,
I need that wig in my life.
In the film, I'm still looking like.
I need that wig in my life.
You open up your damn door in freaking Arizona, you see some shit like this.
Well, I just work at a job sites like this.
You know,
Don't
Roger.
lick your shit.
You know what, Roger? This is for you.
Oh, no.
That
Yeah.
would be me too. I'd be Brian.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's funny. I love that.
Oh,
Who do I get to upset tonight? Who do I get to upset? Come on.
All right.
It's been a
So
while.
our topic tonight is social media and the impact on relationships. So I have a few
Whoops.
tidbits.
I almost stepped in some shit.
Hey everybody, it's me, CB. Join us every Wednesday for your Midweek Motivator, offering you conversation, motivation, music, laughter, and a whole lot of fun. So tune in. Let's talk. Join us as we shake things up and talk things out. CB and the boys. Join us for your Midweek Motivation. See ya.
불타오르네. I'ma make you pump like that. Make you pump that. Make you pump like that. Make you pump that. Just like that.
Hey everybody, let's get together and feel alright with CB and the Boys radio show. Join us every Wednesday for your Midweek Motivator, offering you music, conversation, motivation, laughter, and a whole lot of fun. One love. Oh, I was like Mimi. I was like, hey. All right, so our topics tonight is social media and the impact on relationships. So we're about to dive into infidelity, gossip, anything that has to do with social media and the impact it has on relationships. So to kick it off, here's some statistics. So according to Google, social media infidelity, over 68% of people involved in an online emotional affair engaged in extramarital Facebook behavior, Instagram, whatever. 68% are having an affair, while only 16% disclose this to their spouse, according to the Journal of Cyber Psychology, Behavior, and Social Networking. So 68% of people are being unfaithful because of social media. And social media actually does open that gateway, that opens that doorway to that. Because on social media, you can do what you want. You can have as many profiles as you want. So you could give your partner access to one profile where you have a whole different profile where you can be, you know, on one profile you're Tom and on the next one you're Rico, suave.
That's
You
just
know what I'm
too
saying?
much
Hey,
entertainment, man.
let me throw this. Let me throw this statistic on top of those with yours.
Mhm.
1 in every 7 divorces now involve social media.
Pitiful. Pitiful. I believe it too, but that's so weird. Like, think about, dude, like 20 years ago, that wouldn't even remotely have been a thing. Because,
No.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole new thing. But I mean, I guess, you know, once
Right.
upon a
If we
time,
didn't have social media, a lot of the relationships from back then, a lot of the marriages would have still probably lasted today.
yeah, maybe not.
You would
Shitty
have
is still shitty.
you
But
would have still had people saying, I've been married 30 years. I've been
yeah,
married
just to
40
say it.
years.
Just to say it. Right.
It's like, nah, pimpin'.
Okay, CB, here's a question.
Hmm.
What defines, I guess, the whole, well, not infidelity, but I mean, I guess what's considered appropriate, inappropriate in these particular relationships? Because I'm just thinking parameters, like, because everybody kind of has their you know, their no go, no fly zone. Everybody has their deal breakers. So I guess what are we talking about in terms of what is considered, you know, infidelity, cheating, disloyal, et cetera, outside of the big ones, you know, you meet and hook up at the Mosey. So
Well, like for example, your friend's best friend, and you start liking her photos, you start liking her pictures, you start, especially her bikini pictures, pictures where she's scantily clad, things like that. That's a red flag. Um, Acting where as like you have multiple profiles where one, your partner only has access to one, but you have a whole other profile out there,
right,
where you're acting all single when indeed you're married.
right.
So, behavior such as that, because the thing is with the internet, period, you can be who you want to be. But the thing is, you have to realize that because of the internet, everything is verifiable these days. So if someone says something, you can verify if it's true or not. So if someone, they even have things where you can pay just to search people out.
Oh yeah.
Peoplesearch.com. And you pay a fee and you get a whole report on someone.
$1.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did myself, and I was like, man. And there's a lot of inaccuracies that was in that report, and I got that squared away. But it was like, man, my info is out there, and it's a scary thing to think that people have access to your whole life just at the touch of a button.
JJ, I think that emotional cheating is an excuse to cheat.
Yeah.
No, I think the question is what's considered that. So in other words, what qualifies as emotional cheating? So like to some people, like CB just said, if someone's acting single and got multiple profiles, or if someone is liking other people's. Okay, here's what I'll say. We know who, like, people got Beyonce, Trina, whoever your flavor of the month is. Everybody knows growing up and all that shit. I love me some Nia Long. I love certain people. Does it count like if it's celebrities or whatever? Because here's the thing: if you know who your partner they like a certain actor or musician or whatever, and they like their stuff, is that considered cheating? Because I'll damn sure say I love Hoops, Nikki Alexander from Flavor Love. I think she's adorable. I like Dasha Polanco. I don't follow many people, but what I'm saying is that considered cheating because you like someone? Why not?
No,
Why
because generally speaking, emotional cheating happens when your closeness to someone, to someone else disrupts your investment in your partner. So when that happens, that is emotional cheating. That is cheating because it's interfering with what you've got. So it's like letting your side chick dictate what's going on in your marriage. That's cheating.
No, I got you. And thank you for that clarification, because I was curious, because so many people do follow celebrities. It makes you wonder, but that was a very good way of putting that, because, like, in other words, if it interferes, if it stops what you're doing, then yeah, now that's actually another person coming in between. So I guess what we're saying is, right. Now
your focus is on the connection you have with that person instead of your existing relationship that you're in, and that's where the problem lies.
Okay. Now here's another one that I throw out. And again, I know everybody obviously here is old enough. The term that I think is such a bullshit is when people call men or women or whomever a quote unquote homewrecker. You hear that all the time. So let's look at the interweb, as my boy called it. The thing about social media is it gives everybody the opportunity to be somebody they're not. So I think social media is full of bullshit and liars. I think it's full of people that are wishful thinking. Here's my opinion: if you got all day to be on the internet, you're not living life. You're really not who I want to deal with. If you're taking pictures every 5 seconds to get attention and to get likes, then that tells me right there you're really not doing jack shit, or you're riding somebody's coattails. I'm not impressed.
Let me interject here.
Sure.
If you're on the internet all day, that doesn't necessarily mean you're not living life. You could be, building your business. You could be, working your business. There are things that you have to do on the internet if you have an online business.
You could be playing Candy Crush.
Okay, you're right. You said an online business. Correct. But when we're talking social media. So here's the deal. I'm sorry.
Well, no.
OnlyFans, fucking
let,
bikini
let me
pics.
interject again. Like with
No.
social media, I'm on social media 24/7, hyping up the show, posting, and Mimi's the same, hyping up the show, posting about projects she's got going on. I have posting
Right,
about,
right.
things I have going on. So you have to have a social media presence in order to
Are those
get to
bikini
that
pics?
next level.
Let me put my 2 pennies in there.
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
post and I get the hell off, because the thing about it is that the bullshit will draw me in, and then I will end up putting comments or cursing somebody out for some bullshit that they put out there. Some child and did some shit. Adults fighting in freaking Walmart. I can't do all that. So I post the stuff that I do and I get the hell off. And
No,
sometimes people are like, Mimi, I saw you was on, and that's the reason why I sent you a message. And I'm like, I don't even check my messages.
No, I understand that.
Rare.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, we're not talking about people that have a vested interest in following because of, again, if you're in a particular industry. I'm talking about if you have a construction company, if you have a flower business or whatever, you post and do that, and then you go sell your shit or build something. You're not on there all day, but
Right.
you're also not sitting there taking bikini shots on the beach, on the yacht. No, you're trying to get attention. And so we're talking, I get what you're saying, you're right, but we're talking about two different things. I call bullshit on it. I have a business, as does my spouse. But the thing about it is that she's in the beauty industry. So when my wife does that, she has to take pictures and all that bullshit to say, hey, this is what I do. I don't have to do that. Now, from time to time, if we're doing something or if I'm teaching something, that's one thing, but you don't have to be on there all the time. It's these people that aren't doing shit, that really don't have occupations, that are on there going, look at me, look at me. You cannot live life and be doing this all day long. You can't. I was a bouncer at a club.
That is true. That is
You
true.
never know you don't understand how many lonely, sad ass dudes I saw at tables with a bunch of other stiff hard legs doing this. Talking about we kicking it. 12 motherfuckers, maybe one bottle, no females talking about they partying. No, you're not. Your phone's in your hand. You fucking punk. You're not partying because ain't no girl gonna come over there and watch a man taking pictures with another man. So that's what we're saying. I'm saying it's such a bad way of giving the illusion of having the life you don't have. I would much rather come back, tell you guys about what happened, and to sit here every 5 seconds going, look at me, look at me. You can't, you can't listen and talk at the same time. You can't live life and post all day long at the same time. It's not possible. It's not functional. It's not real. That's all I'm saying. But what you're saying in terms of if you're in media, you have to promote totally different, but you don't have to do that all day long because guess what?
Well, no, not all day long, but you just said if you're sitting there, all the time doing stuff that you're not living life, and I'm just saying that's not true because you could be actually doing important things
and
to further your career or
this.
to elevate yourself.
If you're at your computer all day long, you still ain't living life. I don't care if you're Steve Jobs, or I don't care if you're Elon Musk. If you're listen, I'm at my computer a lot in the morning and a lot in the evening. In between there, I'm working out in the world. If you are in your house, in your chair, at your computer, you are not living life. Real life, like I said earlier, vitamin D, sunshine, walk the fuck around.
Taking a nap.
Shut up. Well, it depends. With who? In Sun's clothing, yes. Then you're living life. But
no, with nobody, just taking a nap.
Sit down. Sit down. Hey, listen. I'm gonna tell you real quick. I saw a meme the other day. It said, "Listen, if you're over 40 and you're up past 9 o'clock, rest assured that person had a nap that day, or you're yawning like Mimi is."
I know. I wanted to take a nap all day today, y'all. I really did. I kept looking at the time. I was like, okay, I need to curl my hair, and then I need to find my t-shirt because I didn't know where the hell my t-shirt was. And somebody and I was supposed to wear t-shirts tonight, but I'm ready to wear this. But I wore mine, and it's okay. Whatever.
I lost track of time. I'm sorry.
Let me throw you a couple an interesting statistic here. So relationships.org did a survey of people that were affected, relationships that were affected by social media. What do you think? And we'll use 10-year increments. What do you think with the largest age group that was affected by social media, relationship wise?
18 to 27.
25 to 35.
Any more?
CB, say something.
Bueller.
Something. I don't know, 50, 55, 60.
30 to 39.
I was the closest.
Yeah.
That's weird. Why?
30 to 39 is the largest gay group that's affected by social media. The second largest is 20 to 29.
So I was second.
Makes sense.
Man.
That's weird. So, okay, by affected, what are we talking about by affected? Just broad
Just
blanket statement?
ruined relationships.
Oh, I can believe that because yeah, like you
Yes.
just spent all this time, doing whatever. Now you got a new engine, if you will. It's new. You jump out there and shit blows out of the water because now you're like, oh shit, you have too much information overload.
Yeah.
Everybody should know the answer to this one. So, what do you think was age group was leastly affected by?
But what do we mean by affected?
50 plus?
Negatively, breaking
Like
up,
the relationships
Generation
were
X.
leastly affected by social media.
50 plus?
Millennials or Gen Z?
Generation X.
Millennials or Gen Z?
50 plus, right?
60 plus.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
They can't fucking stay up to get on
The
the internet.
baby boomers.
They sleep.
They didn't come up with this shit. They wasn't internet when they started. You know what I mean? So they
George, it wasn't internet when we started either, Nick. Don't say that.
Right. Well, yeah, but we was more into it than we was closer than they were.
That's true.
They were still using a cup and a string to talk to people. Hey, baby, what you doing tonight? I can't hear you. Tighten
the string up. I tell my daughters this all the time. I say, listen, they deal with it because they live with it. I would hate to be dating in this era. And they look at me and roll their eyes, but I would. It's so microwave, drive through, pick up, fast. It's terrible. Every 5 seconds, this one. So and so followed me on Instagram. They can reach you if you don't even want them to. Listen, back in our day, if you called and I wasn't home, you missed the call.
That's it.
Right.
But they're attached to the hip, and the art of conversation is dead. These guys have no game. It's pathetic. You either got to FaceTime them or you got to follow their profile. It's just it's trash. There's no genuine anything. It's trash. I feel bad for them. They managed.
We should have known it was going to shit when the beeper came out.
Boy, look here. Give me 911. Call me on this payphone.
So Roger, I guess you don't worry too much about them dating too much because it's some boring shit.
Well, here's the funny thing about it. My 18-year-old is, here's what's funny is this kid has, I'm not saying it because she's my kid, but she doesn't like me. She's got model good looks, but she's a gamer. She's a nerd. So she's not even into that. My 21-year-old, who also has been in the industry, on the other hand, it's fucking popularity because her confidence is sky high, and she's, they've worked with me before, so they don't have those same restrictions, but she utilizes it differently. It's funny to watch both of them who are a couple of years apart utilize it differently. One is like, nah, I'm in it for gaming, but they don't like to talk. It's either text or, message me. They don't like to talk. We had to know how to talk. For them, like, she'll do it while she's my older one, when she's getting ready to go out and things like that, talk to her girl. But for like the dating scene, it's got to be difficult because, okay, you got everybody's profile, you make all these judgment calls. It's like, how organic can that be? I just don't like it. Yeah. It's weird to me, but I'm older, and of course we didn't have that shit. You had to earn people. So that's I think it's a gift and a curse, in my opinion. Now, here's my thing. How do you feel about if you're with someone, male or female, and their industry dictates that, be that beauty or entertainment or whatever, their industry dictates that they have to have these pictures and videos and things like that, and people are out there liking it, etc. Like, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like you need to censor that, or do you feel like, I gotta let them do what they do? How do you operate in a realm of trust without getting into a realm of insecurity?
You have to trust.
You gotta let them do what they do.
You're right.
That's you got to be able to distinguish business from pleasure or flirting.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's why every now
And
and
you have
then.
to understand they going
Mhm.
that they just gonna attract that attention, but it's the nature of the industry that they're in, and if that's what they need to do to make sure that their career flourishes, then you got to understand that. If you can't even understand that, then you gotta get the fuck on.
Yeah, yeah. That's. I mean, that's really it. Because the thing about it is that look, we met with me doing what I do, and if I'm not out here doing nothing crazy, get off my dick. I'm just saying. Just
Okay, so CB said it earlier about the multiple profiles. So, and I know Mimi, you're pretty much a straight
I have
shooter
a
because your ass
thousand
be
of them.
on right. But that's my point. So, if your dude wanted access to all 1,000 of them, would you give it?
Oh, hey, yeah, yeah, because there's nothing in there. You're gonna see a whole lot of this is not what I do. All my pages are business, and I am with somebody. And even when I wasn't with somebody, I was with somebody because I don't do that. And I put it on
Right.
my every now and then I put that stuff out on my like, now I have like people that are hitting up like females that I'm in movie projects with and stuff, and it's so tacky. And I'm just like, yo, don't do that because it gets back to me and it's just like I just want to throw
But
up.
right. And I think that's people that are looking to upgrade. You can kind of tell where somebody's mind is. So you look, I know that there are a lot of guys out there that really get bent out of shape, especially if they have a woman who's attractive, who may dress provocatively or who may do whatever. I think there's a difference between being out there thirsty, trying to get likes and attention, and trying to promote your business. So
Right.
as two women who I know you guys have a presence out there, it makes me want to say, okay, do you think if someone say, and we talked about this before, knowing that you're in
Mhm.
the industry is different.
Mhm.
Um, wanting access, is that okay? Because I know CB, you got a bunch of different profiles on it. Wanting access is one thing. Obviously, if someone said, hey, I want you to stop what you're doing, that's different. Or I want you to scale back. What do you think?
He's got to go.
You're not asking me to stop doing nothing. It's
Yeah,
just
he's
not
got to
gonna
go.
happen.
Right.
He's got to
Well,
go.
it's like, but okay, and so this right here, this comment right here
Because
reminds
my
me.
stuff is tasteful. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that I do is business. Like you can go on my shit any day of the week, any time of the day. I'll give you all the passwords. Go on there, enjoy your life. You know what I'm saying?
The fact that you're willing to do that is so okay. This is not sexy. 100% insecurity is not attractive. But
No.
but here's the deal, and I will say this: it is
Mhm.
up to the person that you rest your head next to make sure you don't get there. There are people that will try to punish their partner by doing things to make them insecure, and I think that's a shitty person. You
Yes,
won't
that's
get
true.
they need to be secure,
You,
or
you
you
know what
flirt.
you do when that happens? You know what you do when that happens? You're running.
Right. But and again, these are the games. Listen, my kid tells me, she was like, Dad, I don't. She like, guys don't want you to. They want to be chased and they want to chase you. They don't want the like. She says like the way that these young men act now, and I'm using that term loosely. She's like they're acting like women used to do. They like the thrill of the chase. They don't want to be easier. It's a weird little thing going on right now
Hmm.
because it's more about the game of it all. And if
Right.
you're like a normal person, then that's no fun. Like some people are attracted to that kind of drama and that kind of mess. It's gotta be weird. But it's no different than dating a stripper. You saw her, you loved her at the strip club, players club, and then all of a sudden you got with her and now you want her to quit. That's not fair. You knew what you signed
Right.
up for. But the problem, social media puts people in a very similar position. And again, for me, I probably would not seriously date anyone that had that kind of social media presence and following, like a Kardashian or anybody
Mhm.
that's out there. Look, if I meet you, yeah, if I tell you all the time, oh, I love hoops and I love seeing people ask you, I love all these people do what you think. But if you walk in the door and you know they're doing that, it takes a lot to establish a relationship to feel comfortable with that because you know who's thirsting over them because you
Right.
invite them.
And why would you want to stop her from stripping? I mean, there's been 1,000 eyes on that Ponani already.
But
You
here's
know?
the thing: I would never sign that lease anyway. I wouldn't. That's
Yeah.
just me. I
Yeah.
would never sign it. I'm not saying anything's wrong with people that do, but guess what?
Right.
I'll rent that motherfucker for the weekend, but I'm not buying that. That's like buying a fucking car from Hertz after somebody dogged that shit out for a year and no thanks. Like you said, what's under that hood you ain't trying to work on, fam.
No. No.
It is what it is.
I
Nobody's
rented
gonna sign
one
that
for a
lease.
couple of years.
But I mean, it is what it is, you know. Like I said, I'm not signing that lease because there's no way that can't creep into your subconscious. I don't care who you are. There's no way it can. Even if you think, because when we're younger, we
So
think
if you got with someone like that and she just killed off like everything that she had ever done ever, and it's all about you.
it doesn't. I don't need it to be all about me. But what you just said makes all the sense in the world. It is up to you to make sure that that person is so comfortable that not only are they supportive, they sitting there going, "Dog, look at this."
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Is that a general question or directed at me? Because the answer is going to be different. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not even trying to be funny. But it's just, I mean, I get the point. But that's up to you. I have no problem. I have no problem if we going some way. So in general, well, yeah, I guess most people. So to answer my question, to answer JJ's question, yeah, I think most people, if they notice someone first, they're going to say, "Ooh, I like that. I'm digging that." And yes, you are going to put your best foot forward. But I just know that sometimes it can be tough if you don't have that security established. You know what I mean? If you don't know, because again, too many of these young folks are reckless and they're deliberate. They're all over the place. Who's the next upgrade? Everybody thinks they should be on the yacht. Everybody thinks they should be with 7 and 8 figures. There's no way to really get any loyalty. It would suck to be dating in this day and age. Somebody who was under 40. It really would. I feel bad for my kids. It would be trash.
Well, it's not fun dating anybody over 50 either.
Well, no, I'll agree with that. I'm not looking like that, but you know, pick your poison. Pick your poison.
Is the company included?
Yeah, because you know what? Now you got to deal with somebody setting their ways, don't want to change.
Nah, I'm a gem. Please. I'm a treasure.
I mean, hey, well, you know, that means somebody got to
Black
come with
diamond.
All you got to do is lift her up.
Easy to please.
Okay, so then tell me, tell me, how does this affect dating in our age demographic as Generation X people? How does it affect this?
Well, I think we're at the age now where we are done with the bullshit. At least I am. I can't speak for everyone.
Man, there's some players out there 50 plus still playing.
Me, yeah, I'm to the point where I'm tired of the bullshit, you know? My thing is, if you can't respect what I do and trust me enough to think that I wouldn't do anything to disrespect you or our relationship, if I had one. Because, funny story, I was dating this one guy in Kansas City. It was a long time ago. But I interviewed Snoop Dogg and we took pictures. And this fool broke up with me because he said I stood too close to Snoop. Make that one make sense.
Yeah, but see, and again, this is what we talk about with, see, I know a lot of insecurity, right? But now everything ain't insecurity. That word gets thrown around a lot. But in a case such
lack
as this,
of confidence.
No, it's not even. Well,
it's a whole lot.
If you know where you stand and where you don't stand, I suppose it's difficult. But my thought would be, I'm not worried about, believe it or not, celebrities. If you got a chick who's clout chasing, you should know that way ahead of time. Like the least of my worries would be whether or not my woman was trying to fuck a celebrity, knowing that he got a body count that's in the triple digits and more. If that's what you want, cool. But I know me.
I interviewed him. It was my job. I wasn't on his dick. I wasn't flirting. I wasn't doing any of that.
You sure you didn't take a picture like this?
No. When I being in the industry, as long as I have been, no, I don't play when it comes to that because that's my job. You only have one chance to make a good impression. And in this industry, if people don't trust you, if people, they don't fuck with you. Period. You can't get that back. The industry is not, well, let me finish. The industry it can be very fickle. and fame is very fleeting. But when I'm on business mode and when I do my interviews, I represent myself, I carry myself a certain way. If I'm in a relationship with someone, there's no reason why they would think that I would be out there opening my legs, just, being a turnstile for any Tom, Dick, and Harry. That's not me. That's not who I am. That's not how I carry myself. Do I flirt? Fuck yeah. Who doesn't? But do I act on those things?
I
No, I
don't.
do not.
I end up with roaches.
I
I
do
can't
not.
have that. I can't I can't flirt, not even this much. That motherfucker be at the door. Talking about, can you bring your groceries in?
I'm just
Yeah,
saying
angry old
that.
lady. She be going off.
But when I'm conducting business, when I do interviews, that's business. And when there's a time for work and there's a time for play. When it's time to play, okay, then I'm in a different mode. But I'm not gonna go out there if I'm into somebody or in a relationship. Say if I'm committed to that person, I'm not gonna go out and just sleep with other people. That's just not me. It's never been me. I joke about it, but I'm not like that. I'm not promiscuous. I'm not monogamous either, but I'm not promiscuous.
I think, I really think that it leaves the door open for people that are not seasoned enough to handle it, and that's where so much happens. Listen, I'm all about people being nowadays. These youngsters are pretty open about shit, which I think is cool. But at the same time, a lot of traditional institutions are going by the by because, unfortunately,
Trey, no. Oh, Trey.
Listen, hey, Trey out of order, boy. Trey out of order. Busted. Look at that. Busted.
No, I do not. Okay.
Hey,
I think you're hilarious, actually.
You know who Trey immediately remind me of? Tommy and Shirley when they first got on a Steve Harvey show some years back. Because they've been knowing each other for a long time. And people are like, are they really into it? And she would be like, what if you don't go somewhere where? And Tommy's like, Shirley, come on, quit playing. So that shit was funny to me. It was hilarious. That's what you two remind me of. And I love it.
This thing is a riot.
I like JJ's comment when she talked about being in the industry and then how her and her partner handled these things. And that's wonderful that you guys have that, JJ. Each week when we do our topics and you give such really good insight, I just marvel at just what a wonderful relationship you're in. And kudos to you guys for, holding it together and still being together.
That motherfucker ain't all that, I promise you. He all right. They like to pump they dude up. Then they got
She's scoring brownie points.
I know. I'm being a hater, but that motherfucker, people always want to be talking about how good. Man, all right. He probably can't read and shit.
He probably operates off batteries.
Right. He probably got a nipple under his armpit or some shit. Ugly ass.
JJ said, "What? I don't use my social media."
Hey, how you know he ain't shit. He ain't shit.
Hey, JJ, you got that? There you go, JJ.
That's funny to me, boy. That's funny to me.
Oh, thanks, Ray.
Oh man, but I mean, here's what I will say: as a man, I think it goes a long way for us to be reassured. It has nothing to do with security and insecurity. Because look, I promise you, I can be cutthroat. My whole thing is, if somebody can take you, they can have you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. I have been called the great corrupter. Just take that for what you will. About that. Listen. Hey, God won't send angels to my house because I have a motherfucking halo sideways. I'm that nigga. It don't go high enough.
Oh Lord.
But it's not about having to hold somebody's hand, but when you're in these types of industries, it does take a little bit more, because if you can't reassure somebody, and it shouldn't be all the time, but think about it. We take a big risk of putting what we consider valuable around a bunch of hungry wolves and things like that. And no, you shouldn't have to worry. And you can take two schools of thought. You can really, really be worried and be on that, or you can be an asshole like me and be like, hey, if somebody can take it, they can have you. I'm changing the locks. There's that. Like, I'm gonna keep it pushing. Like, the Trey said it's trust. I think we all know it's trust, but trust can be broken, and how is it regained? That's a tough one because people don't talk about the backside of that. Trust can be broken just like a lock or a door.
And when it is, it's like a shattered glass. You cannot crazy glue that shit together. You might.
Well, it's more like pottery. You can glue it together, but you still see the cracks and the remnants of the shit.
Unless it's some Gorilla Glue. Now, Gorilla Glue. Now, that's
no. You're going to still see the crack. It's still be a shattered glass. And that's just that. Once the trust is gone, the relationship is gone. I'm sorry. You're going to always have this little thing up here going, dee, fucking with you, As soon as the person is not in your presence, I can't live like that.
That's where acceptance comes in. Either you accept it or you don't. Like Mimi said, if it's done, it's done. For people that say, let me push through it, then you have to figure out a way to push through it. But like I say, if you bury something, leave that shit buried. If you dig it back up, you're never going to make it out of that hole.
Yeah.
So that's not easy to do.
But the thing is, people need to, think back to what made you fall in love to begin with.
Shit. That's when you fuck the trust up.
That changes though. Because guess what? What I loved when I was 21, I didn't give a shit about when I was 41. So it changes.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, when you meet someone and say, you met them and you've already been established in the industry or whatever you're doing, you guys have to have that conversation, if they can handle or can they understand what happens in the industry, what your job is, what expectations you need to establish, the boundaries early on in a relationship. And you have to be, and I always say this, you have to be friends. There's got to be some level of friendship there where you can feel comfortable talking to your partner about anything and everything, even if it is work related. If you need to vent, come home and vent to your best friend. And that's how it should be.
Okay, you can't be in the industry, come home and be like, this guy came in with a bunch of money and he put a dick on my forehead, and I didn't like that, but I took his 10K. See, everybody got to die. Everybody got to die.
But those boundaries, they need to be established early on in the relationship, because if not, then it's not going to work. And then there will be things that come up, and you just need to know what the expectations are and what are the deal breakers. And you need to establish that early on in your relationship before you decide that you want to pursue a relationship, because it can't be one-sided. It can't be one person thinking, he's committed, or she's committed, and we're just happy together, and then your partner is off doing something else because you guys haven't established what the hell you're doing.
Well, most people, believe it or not, are going to put their representative forward. I'm going to tell you the truth. The one thing I think that kills a lot of stuff from both sides, but mainly women, because it's a known fact when looking at profiles. Well, I don't know what it is, left or right. Whichever one is positive, most men swipe that way, right or left. Most women swipe the other way. They just get on there and shut people down. I don't like this, I don't like that. Women can get likes doing nothing. And so I think there's a false sense of security out there, because you have 1,000 people or 10,000 people that love your shit. None of them know you, but you're made up and you look fantastic. And so I think because they believe there's always an upgrade, it stops them from pursuing a real and true relationship. And I think that's the difference. So I think the truth is not there. Like it would be if you met somebody organically, learn to be their friend, like you said, and did all of that. It's not when you get online and see a profile, you're seeing makeup, you're seeing heels, you're seeing.
But let me interject there, because sometimes the makeup and stuff that you see is a filter, and the makeup job that you're seeing is a filter. And when you see the filter off, you don't know what the hell you're looking at. You're looking at a train wreck.
Exactly.
Seriously.
So we agree. A lot of women own this motherfucker lying. We agree. We agree, but this is the problem. But when somebody sees that and they're going, I want to do this, that, and the third, the problem is they are being led, and it's a false sense of security, thinking that you can continue to upgrade and upgrade. So they're not pursuing anything good with somebody. You might have a great person, but he doesn't make what you think your guy should make, or he doesn't look like you think a guy should make. And you may be shooting out of your league, but because of filters, like you said, makeup and all these different things, you think you're a 6 and you think you're a fucking 10, point blank, and it doesn't work, or less. And so this is where social media is fucking people up. Filters and all kinds of backgrounds and all kind of bullshit. They are not getting the true organic you. See, guess what? When I wake up, you know what I got to do? Wash my face, brush my hair. I'm not walking out with makeup. I'm not doing anything but pressing my clothes. What you see is what you get. So who's really telling a lie here? And this is why I think social media is so dangerous, because you see the person's representative on that profile, and then you see them in person and go,
who the hell are you?
Exactly.
And it's not just women. Men do it too. Men use those filters as well.
But here's the, and I believe you, but here's the problem. If his boys ever saw it and found out, they would rotisserie his motherfucker. Oh my God. Let me find out one of my boys is doing that. I'm going to destroy him worse than any woman ever could. Because that's borderline bitch. You don't do that. And I get it. You're right. People do it. And I'm not saying anything about the fun little ones that make you look like a goofy character. I'm talking about not being honest. Right. Because guess what? If you're not remotely close to what you look like,
catfish.
And most are not. Let's be honest. Most are not. I'm not saying it wasn't created to add to your beauty and all that, but this is why nobody could ever walk up to me and say shit to me if, you know, like I said, I'm sitting on Dove soap and a dry towel, and you got a whole bunch of other foreign people's names on your fucking face. Fuck you. Because one of us is not a liar. Okay? But I think these filters and all these additives are definitely what's making this situation difficult for young people, because nobody's being honest and nobody's
eyeliner and lipstick.
Looking like what's her name? Xerxes off the 300. Yeah, get that bullshit out.
That's it. I can't put nothing else on my face. I would freaking break out like I don't know what. And my freckles.
I don't use foundation. I just use eyeshadow, eyeliner, and lipstick.
And here's the thing. Like I said, believe it or not, guys, we like that. I know you ladies been doing this shit for less is more with us. The little, we love that. But like I said, if you come out looking like just a fucking Harlequin mask, we're sitting there going, okay, hey, can I talk to your sister that I met yesterday? Because I know who the fuck you are. But if you do a little bumping and all, listen, I know the industry well. I know enough about makeup to I could legitimately be a gay man. I know makeup, shoes, fashion, and colors. I just happen to not be. I'm a lesbian. That being said, less is more with us. It just is. You know, because again, I don't want to wake up and see the better part of you on my pillow and be like, who the fuck is you? I got to take my goddamn arm off to keep from waking your crazy ass up so I can run out the house. I don't want that.
Coyote date.
I don't want that.
I'm gonna get you sucker where she took off her hair and she took out her eyes and she took out her hair.
I mean, I think some people should teach a class. I think some people in our age demographic and maybe a little older should teach a class to these youngsters about how to really get and keep, instead of all these lies and bullshit and pictures. And, you know, look, you know, I kind of miss when you had to guess a little bit. Now everybody knows what the hell you got. Damn, it's tough. It's tough. Like I said, I wouldn't want to do it. Wouldn't want to date in this era. I wouldn't. I don't think I could trust anybody. Sad but true.
That's why I'm alone.
Go to bed with one person, wake up with another one.
The scene I
noticed with my
the lady took her leg off and she was like, "Don't make me hop after you."
Hey, Anne Marie Johnson was funny as shit, to be honest.
She was.
Yeah. So yeah, I know. I think it's like I said, the interweb. It's a gift and a curse, like anything. It's dangerous as hell, but it's definitely, in a lot of ways, it's a blessing, because it's teaching Google, you know, keeping stupid people from killing themselves for several years now. Because I tell you what, it's some people out there that got to Google how to breathe with their dumb asses. I ain't even gonna joke with you, like shit. So you know. But people rely too much on it. Learn to read. Learn to read. That's all I'm saying. But you know, back in the day, when George used to be in the industry, he always made sure his woman kept his bow tie and his thong separate, so that when the women came through, they wouldn't.
So hard.
Damn, Roger, where'd you go?
George did this.
You just lost.
George
You all
did
again.
this. Hey, that boy nickname was Jangalang. It was Jangalang. George started doing this. It was on.
Oh my gosh, that happens. Your soul got all the way snatched. I was like, wait a minute. I was ready for the conversation.
I don't know. Y'all just don't know, boy. Y'all don't know.
Like, wait, he fell off. No, he put on time out.
George used to strip at the country club, too.
Country club.
Hey,
you don't have dreams about this motherfucker tonight. George, you gonna wake up. You gonna be the next one talking about me. You was right. I'm dreaming about that fool coming after my ass.
Shit.
Really? You talked me up.
Hey, I just want y'all to know something. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, how many of y'all out there don't even know what Betamax is? I'm gonna talk about that. Talk about
no, talk about me. I don't know what that is.
Everybody.
I'm an island girl. You guys know. I don't know what that is.
I know. Me, y'all, y'all had a kid on the fucking roof with 2 goddamn hangers. So I know you don't know what Betamax is. But who out there don't know what Betamax is? Trey, you better know. Do you know? You better know.
Oh shoot!
Who know about the cable box where you slid the shit? You didn't even push a button. You slid it. Back and forth.
Damn. What kind of cable box is that?
Yo, girl, you don't know. You literally had a box this big, and you slid the little tab to change channels. You slid it, and then the one before that it looked like a big little piano, and you push the buttons to change the channel. That shit's like in the 70s, 80s, for real. For real.
Damn.
And the cable box was connected to a long ass light brown cord that was about 300 feet long and shit. And that's how you change your TV. So you had to get up.
I mean, I remember having to get up to change the TV. The knob at the bottom had like 1,000 freaking numbers, and the one at the top had like the local channels, 1 to 12.
Yeah, and when them shits went out, you had pliers, and you with the remote control. Take your ass, come from outside, and come in the house and turn channel 9, and take your ass on back outside so I can watch Luke and Laura. Yeah, I know. Trust me.
I remember that.
You think I don't know about
Hospital. Yes.
Yeah. I had a black mama. You know I know about damn stories. I hate it, but I do. Hey, I watched Dynasty. Fuck y'all. Don't judge me.
I watched All My Children. That was my thing back in the day. I loved it. Erica Kane. That was my girl. I swear I was her.
All My Children. Yes.
I swear I was her. You couldn't tell me nothing back then.
I will say, I personally, like I said, I'm not on social media much, just because I'm not, I'm on it when we need to. But it is what it is. I think it's, it's half angel, half devil. Put it like that. It's like right down the middle. Because you can get the good, the bad, and the ugly out the interweb. So there's that.
I post and I get off. It's all about marketing and promotions for me. I do it on every. I put the same thing on every page and I leave.
Right, Mimi always showing cleavage. Talking about I put the same thing on there all the time, and then she come out the freezer, and then everybody be wondering why they paying attention to her. Okay, you know how they do in the movies.
That does not happen.
They be putting ice on your nipples. Tell me you don't have no fluffer. Tell me you ain't got no fluffer.
So what happened was we have 5 minutes, guys.
I just be going off the rails.
I do get caught up when I get on social media because everyone sees I'm on. I try to creep on, do my posts and get off. But I always get caught up because people start hitting me up and start asking questions, and it's just it draws you in. It definitely can draw you in. It can be addictive, especially TikTok. You'll start scrolling TikTok, and then 4 hours later, you're like, "Damn, I've been on this for 4 hours." It's so easy to happen. It sneaks up on you, like boom.
No. Only thing that happens like that is, gratuitous nudity, and I don't know. No. Can't say it does. I ain't got time for that. Like, I really don't. In the morning and in the evening is all I get to look at. If I do it then, I'll look up. It'll be 5 days later. I didn't miss birthdays and shit. You might catch me once a week, and I mean, I just don't. So I'm a horrible. Sorry, people. Anyway.
Anyway, CB, we've got 4 minutes.
My drink is broken, so it's time to go.
Yeah.
Time for some goodbyes.
Goodbye.
Right. Right.
That'll be the freaking day that you are so short with your shit. Guys, one love. God bless. See you guys next week. Have a great weekend.
All right.
Peace, love, and hair grease.
See y'all around like a donut. I'm out. Take care of yourself.
Thank y'all for joining us. We enjoyed you tonight, and goodbye. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for joining us tonight. You've been listening to CB and the Boys. We come to you every Wednesday as your midweek motivator, offering you music, motivation, conversation, laughter, and a whole lot of fun. Hopefully you got that, and then some, and a bag of chips. And we will be back next week, same time, same channel, where we will dive in to, and we kind of touched upon it tonight, about gun control. So we're going to dive into the gun control and the new gun laws and what that means for us. So tune in. It's going to be great. It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be real. It's going to be real fun. So we'll see you next week. And don't forget to like us and subscribe on YouTube. For us to bring you more, we need to have the subscriptions there. So we need more subscriptions. Share the live, share us around, share our videos, share our podcast, like us and subscribe. We'll see you next week. And don't forget to go to our website. Check us out on cbandtheboys.org. And that's it. And if you subscribe, you could win some pretty cool prizes. So I won't give it away because I'm really bad about giving stuff away. So we'll see you next week. And don't forget to like us and subscribe. Bye-bye.
Look, and one love to everyone who's been with us. Oh, Joni, I said it. Miko, Valerie, JJ, Trey. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
We do love y'all for kicking in here. George giving out free booty rubs next week too, by the way. Anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all. It's cool. Just don't let me put a cigarette burn on your booty. It's cool.
Wow.
Singing, the boys have left the building.